welcome to my channel, Fat to Keto. My friends call me Jelly. I've used the ketogenic journey to lose 211 pounds. I am up on the scale right now, and we are trying to get that off. How much? Well, we'll see, right? This is day 3 of No Excuse Challenge. We are doing a 30-day No Excuse Challenge, meaning you can do it on whatever you give yourself excuses for. Stop. For me, it's 20 total carbs or less. It's no sucralose. It is a no keto desserts. No keto chips, no keto bars. No. Having to walk, I have to do 8K steps a day plus 30 minutes to an hour exercise every day. No excuse. I don't care if I hurt myself, burn myself. I don't care if I have a migraine. It's no excuse. That's the challenge, to do it no matter what. So, let me go ahead and show you yesterday's macros, Fitbit, sleep, today's ketones and glucose readings, also my weigh-in. .2 ketones. And blood glucose is 81. GKI says I'm not in ketosis, but I am. Yesterday's macros: 127 protein, 96 fat, yes, higher than I want, but I did work out really hard. 1,344 calories, 3 total carbs, 3 net carbs. It was a great carb day. My weigh-in is 168.2, so that is almost 2 pounds down from yesterday. Sleep, 7 hours, 37 minutes. I got 15,363 steps in yesterday. That made me very happy. I almost doubled my challenge for yesterday, but it wiped me out, let me tell you. Okay, so all my numbers are great for yesterday. I'm perfectly fine with everything. Having my first collagen coffee right now, that makes it a 16-hour fast. I am a little exhausted. I overdid it yesterday, but no excuses. Gotta do it again today, right? Happy about the weights, my steps, everything is going along just fine. So at the end of this video, there were a lot of comments I didn't put through. I think people didn't understand what I was saying. I think they took it the wrong way, or I portrayed it the wrong way. So it's a 20-something minute video of me just explaining things better. That's all. So you don't have to watch it if you don't want to. It's just me explaining why I didn't put these comments through and what I really meant. I don't know. So it's there. I was like, oh, this is too long, I shouldn't put it in, but it kind of is bothering me, so I'm gonna put it in. It's not about keto, not about keto at all, but that will be towards the end. You will see all my foods. If I go walking, well, I am gonna go walking, but if I record it, or anything else, if I end up at Costco, I haven't decided. Whatever I do, you'll see first, and then you can stay for the explanation, why me and Dino actually belong together and why we actually both really do love each other. I think I just came across wrong in my video I made. So that's all at the end of the video. So, don't get mad if I didn't put your comment through. I am not mad at you. I'm mad at me because I obviously said it the wrong way. People took me the wrong way. I don't know. I was just talking about how it's kind of hard for people to be themselves during certain times. And I explained why in there. Why I felt like I couldn't be myself when he was here. But it won't always be like that. It's in the end of the video. It wasn't just about him and me. when I'm in Hawaii, I'm more than myself. Like, I'm completely myself. My kid's here safe and sound with my parents. I don't have to take care of no one but me. And I can be myself 100%. When I'm in Hawaii with him, I am myself 100%. Because I have no one to answer to. It's just whatever I want, right? But when you're around your family, are you ever 100% yourself? When you have to answer to your parents or do things for them, or your kid, can you be yourself around your kid? I explain it all. So go watch it. Go watch it if you're mad at me for not putting your comment through, or if you're just curious. It's at the end. So, and no more about that right now. I'm about to start my calendar, because at the end of the week, we're going to look at it and see how things have gone. Hey, honey, who decided to hide from me? I'm searching everywhere. Where's honey? Where is honey? And he's over here behind the flowers. Honey. Oh, here comes the talkie cat. Where am I going, you ask? Well, if I can find gas, I'm going to Costco. But it's far from here, so I need to fill up. I definitely don't have enough to get there and get back. If I can't, then I'm not. But I am going to the post office in search of gas right now. I am on to my second collagen coffee because it is a long drive and I will be gone for hours, so I made it to bring it with me. I also brought one of my core waters because I need to drink that today. And that means when I get home later this evening, my butt will have to get 8,000 steps in, whatever I didn't get in, which will be close to 8,000. I probably won't have barely any steps in. I think I got 1,000. I got 1,000 right now. And I'll probably get 1,000 in the store, but then I still need 6K, right? So, haven't eaten, not going to until I get home. I think I'm doing 1 meal today, and I'm going to eat earlier and see if that helps. Okay, so I was able to find gas, so I'm headed to Costco. I can keep this on, the wind is blowing it off me. This parking lot's a little weird. Drop the mail off. Check my P.O. box. I don't even know why I do it. There's never anything in it. I originally got it for the Poshmark and Christmas cards, and not everyone got my Christmas cards, and I'm still upset about that. And the Poshmark I haven't done yet. I cannot believe. I hate that I have anxiety. Like, I'm so worried about spelling something wrong or doing something wrong that I just don't do it at all. And I need to get over that, right? This is no excuse month. I need to at least start trying to put one up a day or something. Does anyone else have the anxiety that when you need to do something, you feel frozen and you can't do it? Yeah, that's me. It is almost 6 p.m. I have not eaten a single bite of food today, and I am starving, and I have a headache, and my house is too hot. I'm really scared. The AC has gone out again. We'll see. So, what am I having? I am having almost 8 ounces of sirloin. I made them into patties using the butt rub stuff. Then I have 66 grams of lettuce. I have 51 grams of tomato, 2 tablespoons of Duke mayo. It is dirty, I know, and I don't care. A little squirt of mustard, and then 1 ounce of the, I said it right earlier in my head, the cheese. Havarti dill cheese. So I got 1 ounce on each one. And I'm starving. I'm going to eat it. I'm totally about to eat it. But it would be better with a tiny bit of onion and a piece of bacon maybe. I was too lazy to make bacon. Also way better with pickles. But, vinegar doesn't always settle my stomach. So they're pretty bland. But you can make them better if you make these and you like those. Just throw them on there. It would be so yummy with some bacon and onion and pickle. That's how I used to eat it until I had a lot of stomach issues I started learning what was making me sick. The more food I cut out, the more I learned, hey, onions upset your stomach. Hey, pickles upset your stomach. And it made, I don't want to have heartburn, but boy, I miss it. I really do. So it's official. My AC no longer works. there's something else wrong with it. It only worked for a few days. It hasn't been hot enough to need it. I have jacked it all the way down to 68. I have a special thermometer on the vents. It's not blowing below 80. In my house, after closing my windows 45 minutes ago and turning my AC on, my house is officially hotter than it was. Can I cry? Like, this AC thing has been going on between the heater AC, it's one unit, since January. I was having a great day too. Okay, so I finally found something to replace the counter that I lost in cabinet. It's good enough for me. Yeah. So putting it together took longer than it should. It kept sliding off because it's these weird things you have to put together. I might have pinched myself in between, and I might have dropped it on my toe, and I'm probably gonna lose that toe now. So I'm kind of dangerous. I was being so careful. So careful. I always get hurt. I swear. I swear. Look, I can't even wash this lipstick off. I've tried over and over again. It won't come off. So I'm in a lot of pain, but no excuses, right? I'm gonna try to still get my steps in, even though all my toes are numb, like severe pain. But I'm gonna try. Okay, so hopefully by the end of the night, I'll hit 8,000. I didn't get to do my workout. I know it's no excuse, but so my toes turned way more purple after I made that video, and it is throbbing. So I'm laying on the couch right now, and it's 9 o'clock at night. It where it fell on it has a split going like this actually through my toenail, and when I walk, it feels like it is jamming up into the cuticle area really badly, but I can't pull it off. It would be worse. So hopefully I feel better tomorrow, and I'm really, really hoping by the time I pee all night, like I always do, I'll be really close to those 8,000. I know it's no excuse, I know. But let me tell you, when it's your big toe trying to walk, I'm really proud of myself. I almost got to 7,000 steps just now. And there's no way I can do any more. Like, that is all I could take. My toe is hurting so bad. And so hopefully I will make it to the 8,000 so I don't feel disappointed in myself. But at the same time, I'm proud of myself for pushing myself just to do the 7,000 since I'm in so much pain. And I probably was stupid and I probably shouldn't have done it because of the boo-boo. But I get hurt and I get set back, and I'm not going to allow that to happen. Nope. I did take ibuprofen though. I did. I didn't have a choice. I am not going to let it set me back. So I think I need to clear a few things up. One, Dino is amazing, completely loving, doesn't want me to do everything, and wants to treat me like a queen. He wants to do whatever I want to do. Like, I'm the queen that just is supposed to sit there and look pretty so he can do everything for me because I deserve that, which I'm completely fine with. No, in that video, I was just saying I felt dumb because for the first time in my life, I felt like he doesn't believe me or listen to me or think I know things. Like, for the first time in my life, I met someone who, how do I say this? Thinks I'm dumber than I am? Or he jokes around so much that I don't know when he's being serious about me or not. Like, he never says I'm dumb. He's just like, oh, baby. Or, you know, yeah, okay. And then he reminds me that Hawaii has different laws and stuff, but a federal law is a federal law. No matter where you go, it doesn't change just because you're in another state. There are certain laws that are the same no matter where you are. Also, he's retired. Everyone keeps asking, does he have a job? He's retired. He has retirement. And he took care of his mom his whole life, even as a child. His mom did not take care of him. She couldn't mentally do anything. He has been an adult his whole life. He had no childhood at all. So yeah, he's never got to have a childhood. So that's how that goes. But he's an amazing person, and I'm not mad at comments that I'm not putting through. Don't be mad at me for not putting them on the page. I just don't understand how you got all that, because I kept saying how amazing he is, and I just said I don't feel myself. I feel not as intelligent. That's all. That's what I was trying to say. That, like in Hawaii, it was totally different. And in here, it just, I don't know how to explain it. Maybe because he was pushing me to do weights and stuff. And I didn't have to do weights in Hawaii. We didn't do work out, so I didn't feel uncomfortable. I feel uncomfortable doing weights in front of him. One, because all my fat rolls are everywhere. And then I felt uncomfortable recording it. And I felt like I was pushed to record it. And I didn't want everyone seeing all my fat rolls everywhere. And you saw them in those videos, and I felt like I was being pushed to do too much, and I think that was the problem in most of my videos. Or he doesn't exactly, like when I try to tell him something about keto and he contradicts me and he doesn't know anything about keto, that kind of drives me crazy, because it's a subject I've been studying for over 4 years, and that was all. That's what I was just saying, is it's kind of hard for me when I feel stupid, and that's why in those videos I weren't quite myself, and I'm having to adjust with him here. In Hawaii, it was easy. There was no adjustment. It was just like, okay, it's his house. He does all his stuff the way he wants, and I just went along with all of it, because that's what you normally do when you go in someone's house. He was a little different. He still wanted to do things like he did at his house. I'm talking about stupid shit, people. I'm talking about, I believe there's certain places you wash your hands for certain times. Like my kitchen sink, I have a side of my kitchen sink that my dishes go into. They get rinsed off and they get put in that side, and it's soapy water, and I don't wash my hands over that. It's a weird thing, probably. Y'all all like, what are you talking about? It's soap, it's water, it's gonna be fine. But that's how I was raised, and it's ingrained in me. He's the opposite. It's soap and water. It's clean no matter where you wash your hands or what you do, because it's soap and water. So that's what I'm just saying. We have to get used to each other, differences, and that it's gonna take me a while to get used to his. And it's hard to be myself when I'm trying to figure out this little changes that has to be made. And let me tell you, unless you've been with someone since you were like early 20s, teens, you didn't grow together. If you're coming together and someone's 50 and you're 42 and you've been married so many freaking times until those people all to get lost because they all turn out to be losers, and then this other, you have a whole history and everything is different about the two of y'all. And when you come together in one house, it's going to be a struggle at first. You got to get used to each other. You got to compromise. That's kind of what I was saying, other than the he makes me feel dumb part, because he won't listen to me. He's the first person in my life that won't listen at all. Not even a tiny bit. Or he changes the subject when he wants to, and that drives me crazy. And I already told him. I can't live with that for the rest of my life. No, I love him to death. Like, insanely to death. I have nightmares that he just disappears. Because it's one of my anxiety, one of my fears. And I wake up in tears. And I know he loves me to death, because I can be very mean and stubborn when someone's upset me. Like, I can be vicious. So, and he deals with that. He deals with my moodiness, and he's leaving Hawaii for me, and he tells me this every day. He's not leaving Hawaii because he wants to. He hates North Carolina. And I think that was one of the problems. I felt uncomfortable the whole time because he hates North Carolina so much. And I felt like, and that kept going through my head. Why would you move here then? Why will you stay here? Even my dad kept saying, why is he leaving Hawaii for here? Just to be with you. Just to be with me. So I know he loves me. So, yeah. He has no problem getting girlfriends. I have no problem getting a boyfriend. I could probably get a new one tomorrow if I wanted to. I've never had issues with that. And yes, okay, I say I've never been single, but even though it's kind of like I've been single though, because all my relationships for the last 12 years has been online. He's the first person I've ever met, no, there was one other I met. I actually married and only spent a couple of weeks with out of 5 years. Okay, so even though I belonged to someone for years of my life, I've lived alone for years of my life. I've taken care of my own shit for years of my life, like since my daughter was born, basically. So yeah. It just happens that, I don't know. I was determined when I met Dino, though. I was like, no, you can only be my friend. I am playing the field and dating tons of people. I am doing whatever I want. Well, at that time, I wasn't trusting anyone to date. I was just hanging out with tons of friends who were guys. And of course, that was online. It was not in person. You know, come on, I'm 300. At that point, I was 338 pounds. And then he's like, no, you're breathtakingly gorgeous. Your personality, you will be mine forever. You are meant to be with me. How do you not see that? And then I spent too much time with him, and I fell for him. So, he did freak me out at first, falling in love with me so fast, but the reason that freaked me out is that tends to happen a lot. And it makes me not be able to believe it. But I've been with him almost 4 whole years. We had a bumpy couple of weeks when he was here. Towards the ending, we were smoothing along. Everything was going like gravy. We finally got used to each other's differences. See, I don't have to worry about my family's differences. I don't have to worry about nothing but me and him. Here, there's a kid involved, there's parents involved, so it all has to combine together. But, like, 2 weeks before he was leaving, everything started to finally get smoothed out, and I wasn't on edge so much, because I was on edge, like, oh my gosh, what if my parents don't like him? What if he gets in a fight with Haley? Haley has, not that he would get in a fight, but I was afraid she would say something bad to him, because she has some issues. I thought as a kid she had a certain autism that girls get. They're sensitive to light, they can't deal with sound, everything has to be a certain way, they lose their mind over the smallest little thing, and they can't be calmed down except when you give them music. That's her. That is her to the T. But when I took her to the doctor when she was little, the doctor said she had a fear that she had this syndrome called PANDAS. She had tons of ear infections, tons of strep throat, and it's what can give it to you. The doctor was supposed to watch her over the years, but the problem is the doctor got transferred somewhere else. And then no other doctor would ever listen to me about it. Ever. She's just a brat. She's just growing pain. It's just hormones. It's just this. It's just that. I've been around enough people in my life to know she definitely have ADHD, which I have. She definitely has some kind of autism or PANDAS. So, and I've done my research, 100%, and she has something, and nobody wants to listen to me about it. So I was afraid that she would say something horrible, because she will just blat out something out of anger, and I was worried the whole time. Is she going to be like that? Is it going to scare him off? What is he going to think? And then she did. Because she was mad, he made noise. It made the cat run away. Because he was goofing off. And she screamed that she hated him and he can't move here, and lost her shit for a minute. And went inside. And he just laughed it off. He didn't even care. He said it was no big deal. That I shouldn't worry so much type deal. So I was on edge. on edge. My dad can be very bossy, and he started bossing him around, telling him what to do. And I got scared that I would chase him off. Like, I was on edge the whole time. So I wasn't being myself. And I didn't mean, other than when he thinks I'm, don't know what I'm talking about, which my dad does the same thing. Other than that, everything was fine. That drives me crazy. And that's all I was complaining about, why I felt like I couldn't be myself. But I couldn't be myself for so many more reasons. Like, this, all that. And, like, I told him, we've been talking about it. I'm like, I'm going to want to watch my shows and veg out and do this and that. And there are things I want to do that isn't what he likes to do. And he's like, well, and I told him, go play your games during these moments, or you can do stuff that I don't like to do. And he's like, no, I'll just join with you and keep my mouth shut. He says, we can do what I want to. See, he was here for such a short amount of time. So I felt like I couldn't watch YouTube. I could only watch what he was watching because I didn't want to go in a different room than him. I wanted to be near him because we only had 7 weeks. So that's why I meant I couldn't be myself, because we had to jam the last 19 months plus how many more months before I saw him again, all into 7 weeks. Okay. And that's hard because you're on edge. You want to show him things, but he doesn't want to drive anywhere, or, I'm sorry, I'm exhausted. I feel bad not putting these comments through, but they are kind of brutal, and I actually don't even know. I even went back and watched the video again, and I couldn't understand where some of the comments came from. I feel responsible, which I didn't think I said anything that even looks like any of this, so it makes me feel responsible. So, sorry if I said things wrong. Now I'm feeling a little dumb right this minute, which I don't like to feel. It makes me feel very uncomfortable. And I don't like censoring people, but this would just cause a hell of a lot of trouble. So, 1, he was alone for years before I met him. And he knew the moment he met me, I was his. Like, instantly. And 2, even though I was still legally attached to someone, I was on my year legal separation that you have to be on before you can get a divorce. And I wasn't dating anyone during that year because it's illegal. So he had to wait for that to be over for me to be even allowed to date him. So technically, for a year, I had to be on my own. Which was, not that hard. I had billions of friends. I lived my life online. I spent hours in video games and other places. See, I met him through a social video game, not a, nothing like GTA 5 or anything. Oh, wow. It was just Second Life. I can't even play Second Life anymore. I literally had to leave my friends of 12 plus years and say goodbye because it's addicting. I spend hours in there. Life can never be as fun as it is in there. It's just impossible. And you can't lose weight if you're sitting on your tushy for that many hours. I mean, I lost weight in the beginning of keto, but I can't lose the rest of it if I was sitting on my tushy. And I was never going to have a real life because I was enjoying my fake life too much. And I made money in there. I actually made more money real life money in there than I do in real life. I mean, thousands of dollars a month in there. So that's been a little hard, giving all that up. And that was years ago. I had to say goodbye to all that. My main source of income, all my fun, and I focused on weight loss ever since. And I really do love him. Like, I could not imagine. He's the only person, even though he drives me completely insane, he's the only person in my whole entire life that I've ever been able to say, I can see myself being old with. I can see myself never leaving. Want to know a bad habit about me? I see people's flaws within 3 to 5 years. And I start seeing those flaws around year 2. I start warning them that I can't put up with the way they're doing to me, or what they're doing to other people. Like, there were different things. Of course, 2 of them were abusive, and that one was hard to get out of. And those I got out of. One I got out of within 2 years, once I could escape. I change everything every 5 years. My furniture, my clothing, my hair, like, everything normally gets changed every 5 years of my life, including whoever I'm married to or dating. And that's because I can't take the bullshit anymore, and I'm out. I check out in the 3rd year. And I even tell them that. And I warn them and beg them to change. And, like, that I exist, because that's one of the problems. I'm ignored. Like, I don't exist. It's like I was their trophy that they won against the other guys, which I never understood, because I was 368 pounds. It was like a competition who got me. Once they got me, I was just ignored completely. Didn't do anything for me, didn't talk to me. Like, I was just a trophy. And took all their anger out on me. Something went bad at work. I had to be treated like garbage because they were pathetic little people. And normally by 5 years, I would get the balls and walk away. Dino has never, ever taken anger out on me. He has never got mad at me. It doesn't matter how much I've screamed before or cried or whatever over retarded stuff. Okay, this is not like he's done something. Like, it was basically because he was ignoring me, and this was 2 years ago or 3 years ago. It's not even anytime soon. We have not gotten into a major fight or argument in over 3+ years, and he didn't even yell back. He didn't do anything. He just went silent until I calmed down, even though that was making me more upset. He doesn't take anything out on me. If I need something, if I'm hurt, he's there 100%, that's for sure. It's just, why he's a little different. He's not the only one that does it. They decide when a conversation's over and they change it, and they ignore you and won't go back to where you were talking. And I've noticed that with a lot of them when I was there. And I felt stupid around them too. And of course I can't understand them all. Like, when they really start talking and they use all these words I've never really heard, or the words actually mean something different and they're talking really fast, I'm so lost. So lost. It's crazy. Like, he's always telling me, are you pal yet? And I keep forgetting that means, are you done? He has tons of words that I don't know, and sometimes, or our words in the South mean the total opposite of what he's saying, so I think he's insulting me, and then we get in a fight, and it actually just, they use it in a different content. Like, they just use it different, and I'm just like, this is going to take a while. It's going to take a while. But we're almost on year 4, and nowhere does it seem I will ever walk away, even with the stuff that drives me crazy. Like, I really do love him, but I love myself too, so I know it's real. There's a difference now. I love myself. So I can actually love him and know that it's real, and that the love he gives me and I'm feeling, I know it's real. I'm not just a thing people can control and stuff. Like, I'm uncontrollable now. At all. I know it's going to be different when he moves here. Oh my gosh, this is a really long video, 9 about keto. I know it's going to be so much better when he moves here, and everything's going to be perfectly fine. Well, you know, everyone has bumps and bruises. And he does. He is responsible for his mom. She's in a care home, but he is still legally responsible for her. So that is one of the reasons he doesn't know when he's going to move here, because the state keeps changing whether he can leave the state or not. They're weird there. They like have these rules where you have to visit them once a month, even with Alzheimer's, and they have no clue who you are at all. So that's one of the problems. He's got to get permission not to have to see her once a month. And no, she can't be moved here because we, in this state, they do not have Alzheimer's care homes. You have to pay $4,000 to $8,000 to put them in an Alzheimer's care home here. So that is not an option. She has to stay there because it's fully paid for. So I'm going to shut up and do the beginning of my video and stuff. And yeah, please don't get mad that I didn't put your comments through. I just couldn't.